Your referee will now give his final instructions to both boxers.
Derek.
Howard Foster is the referee.
Okay, lads, spoke to you both in the dressing room. You both know what I expect. Keep it clean, break straight away when told, and both of you watch your heads. Good luck to you both. Touch gloves.
Ladies and gentlemen, 12 3-minute rounds for the British Heavyweight Championship.
Quite a scene here at Upton Park tonight. Open air boxing on a May night here at West Ham United's ground. Look at that scene there. They're expecting a crowd of around 15 to 20,000 here tonight. They've done a heck of a job in promoting this really excellent night of boxing. Has Danny Williams got one last big performance left in him here? Can he confound the odds against up-and-coming Derek Chisora? It's only the 13th pro fight that Chisora has had. Williams with the white stripe down his trunks and the white waistband as well, with his back to you at the moment. Lot of money for Chisora by knockout. That's what their bookmakers have been reporting today. Let's see if Chisora can do it in the ring here. Williams has got a lot of know-how, though. If he's in the mood, and he isn't always in the mood, he could make life very frustrating for Chisora. Let's just see.
I think it may be a case, the longer the fight goes, the more it may suit Danny Williams. We know how strong he is, we know how brave he is. If the fight goes a few rounds, then some questions are going to be asked of Derek Chisora that haven't been asked yet, and you're never sure until you see those questions being answered. Chisora is younger, he's quicker, you would expect him to get off to the better start, but Williams is so experienced and so brave.
Haven't seen Williams since he was beaten surprisingly, shockingly, in 2 rounds by Carl Baker in the heavyweight Prizefighter back in October. That was a worrying piece of form, really, and he's always talking about retirement. He has done for the last couple of years. I think this time he does mean it. He's more or less trained himself, I'm told, for most of the build-up this fight. Took a left hand there from Chisora as they worked inside.
Yeah, you do get the impression Williams is holding his career together at the moment, and the fact that he's more or less said he's going to retire, that's the second warning for holding in the opening round, which is not good news. That could suggest the speed of Chisora, although it hasn't really been on display yet, maybe giving him some problems. Maybe he's a little bit sluggish. Shouldn't be holding this early.
He weighed under 16.5 stone when he turned pro back in 1995. Williams, he's 19.5 stone tonight. It is a question, I think, of how much, if anything, is left. Chisora putting him under pressure here. Williams covering up, avoiding some of these, but not all of them. Chopping right hands. He needs to get out of there, really, Williams. He's always been an enigmatic character, but you could say the same about Chisora and what we've seen so far in his career.
Well, this is a good start by Chisora. He's pushing Danny back against the ropes, not allowing him to get any leverage into the punches. It worries me that Williams has trained himself for this fight. That suggests that maybe the sparring hasn't been anything like it should be, if he's been sparring at all. Don't like to hear about fighters training themselves. So that is certainly not a plus, and he hasn't started too well or too confidently here.
He has had a bit of a hand from Paul Rees in the latter stages of the sparring, who knows Chisora well from Finchley Amateur Boxing Club. He says he knows him inside out, but that was Chisora's opening round, unquestionably. This is the scene outside. Arriving Michael Katsidis, the interim WBO lightweight champion, ferocious Australian who's one of the most entertaining fighters in the world. If you don't believe me, make sure you stay tuned for his fight with Britain's up-and-coming Kevin Mitchell later on. It promises to be quite special. Let's hope so. Back in the ring, live, Danny Williams. On the right of your picture, the Union Jack shorts of Derek Chisora. Williams offering very little in that opening round. 36 years of age now, been going a long time, a lot of miles on the clock. Too many?
Well, they say in boxing, if you're talking about retiring, do it. So I just wonder what attitude Williams has brought into the fight here. I mean, he hasn't engaged as yet. Is he thinking maybe the odd pot shot? Is he trying to draw Chisora onto something? But certainly didn't do anything remotely. been impressive in the opening round.
Danny Williams, who reportedly in the dressing room beforehand, Ricky Hatton told us once that he's a nervous wreck. He said he's never seen anyone as nervous as Danny Williams about going into fight, but there's no doubt about his heart and bottle. He's shown it repeatedly in his career. Caught by a right uppercut there, hurt by that. Then another chopping right. He's in trouble here, Williams, all over the place. The legs have gone too. Chisora might have him here, and we're only in the round 2. Nothing from Williams. Oh, big left hand to finish the combination. Williams on the seat of his pants. And it's early in the round. He got up quickly, maybe too quickly.
He took some real solid shots there. The legs look a little bit stronger now, but I don't think that 10 seconds will be enough to clear his head. Those were tremendous punches from Chisora.
It's all Chisora. They're landing. He's got him again. The fight is stopped. It is over. Derek Chisora is crowned British heavyweight champion here at West Ham tonight. And it's a sad, sad end to the distinguished and sometimes very exciting career of Danny Williams. Sad to see him go out like that, but take nothing away from Derek Chisora from Finchley, who did the job in spectacular style.
Yep, but Chisora was very, very impressive. He worked the job out in the opening round, didn't do anything silly, chiselled away, and as soon as the chance presented itself, went for it literally with both hands. Danny Williams has given so much over the last 15 years or so, but tonight he just had nothing left to give. He was like an empty shell. The first decent punch that caught him had him in trouble, and he never recovered from it. Sad to see, but an excellent start to Derek Chisora's reign as British champion.
Chisora, who might have ended up as a professional football goalkeeper. He was due to have trials for Arsenal until a road accident and the injuries. Well, he's glad he's a boxer now. He's claimed the scalp here of Danny Williams. Has to be said, a much faded Danny Williams.
Yeah, Williams didn't seem to have too much to offer, but when Derek Chisora came in tonight, he didn't know that. He didn't wait to find out. He set about the job properly. And as I say, the first punch that landed, I don't think Williams ever really recovered for it. I don't think he was in the best of shape. He looks in decent shape, but I don't know psychologically if he was in the correct kind of shape. He's talking about retirement. He may now wish that he had done that instead of come here tonight. But tremendous punches, and at this stage in his career just simply couldn't take them. And when he sagged onto the ropes for the last attack, Howard Foster had no choice whatsoever but to call it off. He actually sagged from the punches there. Legs had gone, punch resistance didn't seem to be there any longer. Had to get him out of there.
A new wave of British heavyweights, maybe. David Hay has arrived. We know all about him. Maybe Derek Chisora can move up the ranks from this as well. It's a massive night for him. He's already got a win over Sam Sexton, the only man to beat Sam Sexton, but this is a bigger one, a bigger night, a night he's never going to forget, whatever else he does in the business. But for Danny Williams, I think we have to say thanks for so many good memories along the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 1 minute 41 seconds of round 2, your referee Howard Foster has stopped the contest. He deemed that Danny Williams was in no position to continue. The winner, in the blue corner, from Finchley, and the new British heavyweight champion, from Finchley, Derek Chisora. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the gallant Danny Williams.
Well, he's got the belt, Derek Chisora. He'll be talking to us in a few moments' time. Coming up a little bit later on, of course, we'll bring you James DeGale, the Olympic gold medalist, stepping up to 12 rounds for the first time. On his 7th pro fight, fast, slippery southpaw. Looks very, very relaxed as usual. Quick word about that performance with Derek Chisora, who's talking to Adam Smith.
13th fight, 13th win, 13 not unlucky for you. Was that the moment you've been waiting for your whole career?
Yeah, you know, there's so many moments I'm waiting for, and they're all coming now. You know, I got the title. I want to thank Frank for this title. And I want to thank all my team for this title. Now, we're ready to go.
Was the idea to jump on Danny Williams that you thought he had seen better days?
I'll tell you, I wanted to go 12 rounds. I was going to show the British public what I'm made of. I was going to dance around Danny. I wanted to go 12 rounds, but I'm excited, you know. Had a good victory, you know. Fair dues to Danny.
You're enigmatic, you've been a bit of a controversial figure, but you were serious in the ring tonight, and that's what it's about, isn't it?
Finally, I was on my last warning, so I had to be serious. But, you know, who knows? I might surprise you one day.
Is this the start of a really encouraging career now, with a great mix of young heavyweights coming through in Britain?
Yeah, man, I got British title, man. Let all them line up, let them all queue up. Come take it, come have it. You know, it's here. You know, now I want to go for the Commonwealth title. You know, Sam's got it, and now I want it. I want to take it away from him. Then after that, we want to go for the European. Then after that, we're going to go for world. So I'm knocking on everybody's doors now.
Derek, I know you're a nice guy, really, and a boxing fan. A word about Danny Williams. What a career he's had. He's thrilled us, hasn't he?
We have to take our head off Danny. You know, he boxed the two best heavyweights out there, Mike Tyson and Klitschko. And, you know, he entertained us in British boxing, you know, so fair dues to Danny, and I wish him all the best in his new career is going for now.
Well said, new generation, well done tonight.
Derek Chisora, the new British heavyweight champion. Sad to see Danny Williams finish his career like that.
Very, very sad. We saw nothing of Danny, not even a shell of him. Couldn't get any shots off. I think time, speed and everything had completely left Danny, and I expect him for at least to throw us one last hurrah. You know, he trained for this. He looked on his toes in the dressing room around the back. I thought, will he give it his one more time? He just couldn't pull it out of the bag.
He didn't look his usual self from the start of the fight.
No, we never know what to expect with Danny Williams, and he was very, very lethargic. And when you're hearing that he's training himself, and you know he hasn't been running like he should be, and he comes in very, very heavy, you're gonna worry. You always know he always had a fighting heart, and he would come back with a spirited outburst, but there was nothing at all. He was very, very tame. I mean, take nothing away from Derek Chisora. He went in there and beat the person that was in front of him and did it in good style, and he'll have more chances to prove himself, but a sad spectacle for Danny Williams.
Derek Chisora, on the other hand, only his 13th professional fight, is some going to be British champion in such a short period.
Young, still looks fresh, heavy-handed. So far, answered every question put in front of him. So all you can do is just give him the nod and push him on, see what else he can come up against.